what's up guys, how y'all doing? Cosmic Carry here. Today I'm going to be rolling out in my Žižka, the Czechoslovakian Tier 6 premium tank, recently released for the princely sum. I think it was 7,700 gold, which is a ridiculously large amount to pay for a Tier 6 premium. But this kind of I just wanted to kind of discuss things because I believe there's some kind of there's disinformation out there, in my personal opinion, with regards to lately. I guess it's all about perspective, how you perceive things, etc., etc. But wargaming seems to be evolving. And as far as premiums and pricing and all of this stuff, and they're doing the staggered release dates from the premium tanks, which kind of sucks, absolutely 100%. But they're kind of they're selling these packages, be it for a small amount or for a large amount, where they're not just selling you for instance a tank. They're selling you an experience, so to speak, and it kind of I think it kind of started. Well, the last time this happened was with the monster tanks, and a lot of people couldn't see past the fact that the monster tanks cost so much, and I kind of did, and that's why I purchased the monster tanks. And there were quite a few vids saying, blasting these tanks, saying, how dare you sell us these tanks, it's just way too much money, how are we supposed to, it's not even worth it, I can't remember, was it worth it, wasn't worth it, when you kind of broke it down figure wise. But I saw that they were trying to sell me, they were trying to flog me an experience, and the experience was, is experience the right word? I don't know. 1 month of ×2 crew training on Russian, American, Japanese, and what was the fourth one? I can't remember. And German. It was the German tanks. 1 month of solid ×2 crew training, and combine that with the fact that they had that kind of screw up with Wargaming had a screw up where the XP multipliers weren't working, and they handed out a whole bunch of ×6 crew trainer boosts, and I personally got 200 plus, and it's like I said, it's kind of unique perspective. Well, this was my view, my take on the situation, and so I kind of looked at this, £100 for 4 premium tanks. Guaranteed double crew training each and every game for 4 different nations for 4 full weeks, and plus I've got all these ×6 crew training boosts. I mean, I was like, I slapped my money down. Yes, please, thank you very much, I'll take it. I saw the potential and I went for it, and instantly, for 4 full weeks, I just went nuts. I went bananas. That's all I was doing, was training. I think in my Lycan, I was training all my American crews. I went through all of them, and I went for anything that needed a second skill or perk, I went for it. Then anything that needed a third, I went for it, etc., etc. Then I moved on to the Germans, and I was just religiously playing all these monster tanks. You're just playing them non-stop. I loved it. And also, if you combine when I combined it with the ×6 crew training boosts, so I kind of saw what they're trying to flog me, and I realized I was kind of in a unique situation. And with the Žižka, don't get me wrong, this tank is a pile of shit. It is 100% a pile of doo-doo, but they're not selling you a tank. It's sort of similar. They're selling you an experience. Again, they're telling you, if you pay this much money, you can get a head start, or you can get 3 or 4 skills or perks ready for the Czech tanks when they arrive. That's what you're paying for here. You're not paying for this god awful crap premium tank. You know, the tank even shouldn't even be reviewed. You know, until it's kind of released in the standard form, which is, I think it's like 3.5k gold. That's how much it costs. That's how much it should cost. The reason why it's being sold for such a high price is because they, you know, Wargaming knows that there's people out there that want to get a head start on crew training, you know, and myself included. I'm one of those suckers, you know, and that's what I'm putting my cold hard cash down for, and I fully understand that. You know, I didn't put my cold hard cash down, to get this tank. I was not interested in this tank. I don't care about this tank, you know, is it worth the gold? It's not a question of is it worth the gold. 100% it's not worth the gold, the tank by itself. You're paying for the experience of getting a head start on crew training for your Czech crew, for your Czech tank line, etc, etc. You know, the very first Czech tank that I rolled out in, I had 4 skills and perks, you know, and that's because I spent 7,700 gold, whatever it is. You know, that's what it's about. As far as the tank is concerned, you know, that's neither here nor there. It's not even, you know, you know, it's just it's by the by, it's there. It's and by the way, you know, you get this tank and the Žižka. You know, that's not what I'm paying 7,700 gold for. And unless you pay for these things, unless you understand these things, I think, you know, you don't understand these things, I think. So anyhow, I'm gonna be doing some commentary over some Žižka gameplay, which, yeah, it was very meh. So let's say goodbye to Žižka, because yeah, I'm not gonna be playing this tank anymore. Like I said, I didn't get it to play in it on a regular basis. And first game we are on, where are we? We're on Moravanka. Middle tier, as you can see. We're not top tier. Rolling out in the Žižka. It's a very odd premium tank. First day, I think you saw, there was like 2 free Žižkas on each team. And literally the next day, they were completely gone. You know, they completely disappeared, and everybody was like, F the Žižka. And I completely agree. You know, this tank sucks balls, and yeah. But me personally, it took me about 50 games with ×6 multiplier to get all 4 skills and perks that I wanted. And of course, you know, the 5th onwards, it's you know, you need double the XP, so I'm not gonna bother. I'm just gonna grind the regular way. And first things first, we see a Pazza 38 NA, and this is kind of neat. And we're gonna go for the ram. Can we get the ram? And we miss him. But just by a millimeter. It just like scraped his side. He kind of scraped my paintwork there. And we're going to angle our tank nicely, and we're going to get some nice shots on this T25 too, without even aiming. So, you know, look at that. Not bad, you know. The T25 2 is moving. Is he still moving? I'm not sure. Angling that armor nicely. And there we go. We get a 3rd shot. I think we get the kill. And there we go. We get the kill. So our first kill. M6. I've never driven an M6. I think we've been here before with the M6, where I'm trying to pen him from the front, and I was saying to myself, this is deja vu. Isn't it the turret? I'm pretty sure it's the turret. I can't remember. But I load premium. I can't even pen him at the front with premium shells. But then I finally, okay, it must be the turret, and lo and behold, it's the turret. I never rolled that in the M6, so I haven't got a clue. And a bounce again. You know, it is kind of like a bit of a tough nut to crack on occasion. So, you know, a bit lackluster with my knowledge of the middle tier tanks. Tiger 131 shows up. You know, okay, there you go. Tiger 131, tier 7, OP to the max, 100%. You know, so why is he not shredding me? Why is he not taking me apart? Because, you know, most of the time it's not the tank, it's the player, you know. It's the player, it's not the tank that kind of matters. Bless you there. That's my son. And I'm not going to tangle with him, either or. I'm not going to mess with him. Managed to finally take out the M4. So I'm not going to mess with him. So we pull up forward. And his attention is focused towards the heavies behind myself. Tiger 1, he gets to a one-shot and managed to take him out. And I pick up my 3rd kill. GG. Just opportunistic moments, scenarios. That's what you're looking for in this tank. You don't want to be tangling with 131s. You see a 131, you duck and cover. You know, you duck and cover. His gun is pointing in the opposite direction. That's where I want to be as a tank. I don't want to be anywhere, you know. He's turning, so you know, straight away I'll move into the opposite direction, and GG's. I mean, there's nothing to it. You just pick and choose your moments carefully. Don't go, you know, don't think you can go ham in this tank. Your aim time is atrocious. Of course, I do have brothers in arms on this tank. I do have vents, I think it is, and just look for those moments where you can do some good work, and you can't brawl, and you're just compensating for the tank's weaknesses. That's what you're doing. The whole entire game. That's all that you're doing in reality. Is just you compensating for the tank's weaknesses, which are many and plentiful in this tank. So you're not going one-on-one. You're trying to angle your armor as much as possible. You're ducking behind bushes. You see an OP tank, you run. It's pretty simple. It's pretty easy. It's actually simpler to play than, for instance, a 131 where you're gonna tangle with someone, and you know, you're gonna face to face, possibly, maybe, and etc. etc. So we pick up a tidy amount of silver there, 30k. We did use up our heat ammunition, 3k damage, 4,200 XP. That's with some multipliers there. You know, I come out on top with damage. Nothing spectacular, but you know, #1 with damage. Good to go. And second game, we were on Airfield. Exactly the same scenario. Middle tier, not top, not bottom, just middle tier, and exactly the same kind of gameplay. You know, just duck and cover, taking advantage of situations, hiding behind bushes, popping out, taking a shot here and there, from afar, from a distance. If I miss, try again. 220 alpha, doing my best. Don't expose my tank. One-on-one, absolutely no way, Jose. And it's like I said, you're just making up for the weaknesses of the tank. The tank is weak. The tank sucks. You know, I was fully expecting the tanks to be of a similar nature when I roll out in the Czech tanks. Thankfully, they're not. They really are fantastic machines, you know, so far. But and did I pay for this tank? You know, did I pay 7,000 plus odd gold for this tank? Well, no, I did not. And would I advise you not to get this tank? I think, I'm not sure when this vid is coming out. I think it was, what was it, Tuesday was going to be the last day, or Wednesday was going to be the last day it was going to be on sale. Would I advise you not to get this tank? You know, it's like I said, I'm not going to tell you that, because you're not buying the tank. You're buying the skills and perks that are gonna come with it out of training in this tank. You know, I paid 7,000 gold. So when I first rolled out in my regular Czech tank, I already had 6 cents. I already had brothers in arms, and I already had both the track repair skills and perks. You know, that's what I paid for, and I fully understood that. I fully 100% fully understood that, fully appreciated that, fully understood the fact that that's why that's what Wargaming were doing. They were just taking, really, honestly, just taking advantage of me. And so I'm a sucker. And, you know, and, but I got that. I understood that. And I would never tell you guys, don't buy this tank because it sucks. Because this is, it's not, it's like I said, the tank is not on sale. It's a deal, you know. It's a whole package. It's not just about the tank. And yeah, so, but anyhow, and like I said, you know, sort of similar as in the first battle, but not at the same time. And I have completely stopped playing this tank, and I do still see it out on the battlefield, and I have to say, it looks as though, you know, the more skilled players have stuck with it, you know, because every time I see one and I check the leaderboard, they've done well, you know, they've done well. And the people that are only into the OP machines, you know, the Tiger 131s, and will only play in OP machines, and, you know, I mean, what does that say about you as a player? I mean, I guess it's like I said, it's about perspective, and there's nothing wrong with only wanting to play OP in OP machines, and if that boosts your ego and you need those tanks, so be it. You know, who am I to judge? But players such as that, you know, saying this tank is crap because, you know, well, how does it compare to a Tiger 131? I mean, seriously? You know, what the hell compares to... I mean, everything sucks balls compared to a Tiger 131. I mean, it doesn't mean you shouldn't get it. It doesn't mean you shouldn't buy it. It doesn't mean, you know, it just... But anyhow, what I'm just babbling. I mean, but bottom line, these two games, okay? I have a very, very decent results in both of the games. So if the tank sucks balls, what's going on here? And I get it, you know, these tiers, the players aren't that great, and maybe my caliber of experience is much greater, higher than of that, or you know, than you know, the majority of players in these battles, in these games. But still, you know, shouldn't I just be having a crappy result in every single game if the tank is so bad, you know? But T29 should be able to pen that, you know. There we go. No, just the tracking. Keep it going. And you see the reds behind me. I'm not even considering tangling with them, you know. I'm not even... That's not my job. That's not what I can do in this tank. I cannot do that, you know. And it's as simple as that. And they're just been outflanked anyway. There you go. I'm turning to... I want to deal with the Craft Panther. I'm afraid he's going to get shoved through. You can see what's happening. He's getting forced through. So I was anticipating he was going to go for like a suicide YOLO run, because they're about to get obliterated. Yeah, they're all dead. And that's the deal. And all that's left is, I think it's the Japanese heavy. He takes his shot, and I go for it. Load up heat. And please don't focus your attention towards me. Don't turn your turret towards me. He does, but he misses. Haha. And there you go. The opportunistic little son of a bitch Czechoslovakian tank. What can I say? You know. And a really decent amount of silver. I mean, especially for a tier 6. So... 2,700 damage. Confederate. GG. Not bad. And again, you know, second in damage. So, you know, how did that happen with such a crappy tank? Anyhow, take it easy, guys. Adios, muchachos.